Are you ready?
A Shot of Wrestling presents A Shot of BCW. And away we go.
Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot. Oh yeah. So let's step up to the break. We got MJP and BC Dog. That's the reigning championship team. From Milan to Japan and everywhere in between. Get the up-to-date news on the wrestling scene. So take a shot. Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new venture here at A Shot of Wrestling. I'm your host at Michael J. Putty, and joined this huge honor. The reason we're here today, America's favorite agent, your guiding light and mine, including Mark Schwann's, the governor himself of BCW. Please welcome Mr. A.J. Penn. Governor, thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, of course. I'm excited about this. Always an honor to be with you, Mr. Putty. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this venture with you.
Here we are, A Shot of BCW, the official podcast. Now we can call it the official podcast of BCW.
Yes.
We've been calling A Shot of Wrestling the official podcast for 6 years now. Unbeknownst to us, it wasn't officially recognized by the company, so I'm sure there's some legal bills we got to pay in the meantime. But if you listen to A Shot of Wrestling, because this is on our feed, you know we talk about everything but a lot of BCW. Here, we're going to give you everything exclusively BCW, a small, concentrated dose, a shot, if you will, of BCW. And we got a lot to get into on the first episode. You ready to get right into it?
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
We're coming off Queen of the North 4, one of the biggest shows of the year. The show was actually supposed to be a couple weeks earlier, but we delayed it because of the incident between Vicious Vicki. Any updates you can give us and the fans?
Vicky's doing great. So yeah, it was a scary moment. If you were at the show, we had to unfortunately end the event abruptly for a stinger, I believe, during her match with Anthony Gangone. Doing, I believe it was a hurricane run or a head scissors.
Head scissors, yeah.
Landed on it. Yeah, so landed on her head. That's always a scary thing in pro wrestling. Yeah, that moment, nobody knew really what was happening. She was scared. Everybody, of course, needed a moment. We were scared. Everybody took care of her. Thankfully, she was at the doctor, went to the ER. And thankfully, everything is all right. I definitely do want to thank the fans for bearing with us during that, and also the remaining talent who was still in the locker room. You know, they were doing great, and we had to make the tough decision. Do we continue on with the show, or out of respect for our colleague and, you know, good friend to many, do we halt the show? And unanimously decision by all the talent involved that we stop the show. But they came up, they spoke with all the fans, made themselves available. So, thankfully everything ended up well. She spoke to myself and Mr. Cole. She's already looking for a rematch. So that shows you the toughness of Vicious Vicki.
Yeah, thankfully she was alert, moving around, her arms and legs. So she was kind of in good condition when she left, but still a bit scary nonetheless. She's asking for a rematch against Anthony Gangone. Does this affect her title opportunity? Will she get a rematch?
It also, depends on, what it's not going to happen at Anniversary. We had some contracts already out to challenge Gangone for that, but we are going to see that match between Anthony Gangone and Vicious Vicki. It will happen in the very near future. So we're looking forward to that. Also, we will have the Queen of the North finals. They will definitely happen at a later date. And also, Danny Mo, people were worrying what's going to happen with her title shot. She is the Queen of the North. She is still the reigning, actually, because we haven't crowned the new one yet. So she is still guaranteed a women's championship match. So whenever we can work out the scheduling, she's definitely going to have that match. So, yeah, we will not lose out on what was supposed to happen at Queen of the North 4.
Now, it's been centuries since a pope resigned, right? So a couple years ago, the pope resigned. We had a new pope. So ergo, technically, we have two popes for the first time in centuries. Now we're going to crown a new Queen of the North while Danny Mo is still yet to challenge for the title. So do we have two Queens of the North? For the first time in history?
I mean, in theory, yes. But, I mean, technically she is the third Queen of the North. So we leave it at that. Definitely has that title and all the other past Queen of the Norths. That is a part of their resume, like the King of the Ring. So she definitely has that in her resume. But she is the reigning Queen of the North until we crown this year's, which will be between the Notorious Mimi, Brittany Jade, and Christina Marie.
Can't wait, my friend. Now, big announcement this week was on Curtain Call. We announced Ruthless Lala's opponent. For those of you who may have missed it or living under a rock on social medias, please, Governor, re-announce this huge announcement.
Anniversary, it's one of our, besides Queen of the North, it's like our WrestleMania, it's like our Super Bowl, which is coming up, this weekend. Big event, and, want to go back into history a little bit, too. So, Lala, deciding who should face her at Anniversary, and, looking at the roster and, going online, going on socials, and a name popped up, and there's a lot of unfinished business with one competitor. For the past couple of anniversaries, either this match was supposed to happen or there was interference, and this individual never got a fair shot at the Women's Championship. So Ruthless Lala will be defending the Women's Championship, finally, against the gladiator of the geeks herself, Riley Shepard.
Huge news, my friend. This big match. It's one of those matches I've been looking forward to. Like, I haven't seen them in person one-on-one yet. I'm looking forward to being ringside to call this action live at Anniversary, which is March 18th, the day after St. Patrick's Day was brought to my attention. I didn't realize.
Oh, man. We had it after New Year's. Now we got to do this.
So we did a show hungover once. We can do it again. It's coming at.
And at least this show is later, so
Yeah, true.
A little more recovery time for that.
Much needed.
We'll keep the party going.
That's right.
Why not?
The party don't stop when the governor walks in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, and Anniversary is a day to celebrate 6 years of BCW.
Amazing.
I've been there have you been? How long have you been with BCW?
I think we
Officially,
went
unofficially.
Officially, I think we went to a show or two before your first anniversary, and then we started covering it on the road to your second anniversary. So
I started 6 months into the company. So I've been with the company 5.5 years.
So we're both
Almost since the inception.
We've both grown a lot with BCW, huh?
We have, yeah. I'm going just a representative of talent, and now I'm the governor. And you guys, just being loyal supporters of us and covering us. And look at you now, play-by-play guy, commentator.
That's right. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk?
I'm sorry you have to deal. I'm sorry you have to deal with Marcus now, but
oh God,
paying dues, I guess.
Again, give her opportunities. Thank you for giving him a chance to shine. He keeps snubbing you, but thank you.
I'm looking out for his best interest, and he wants to think I'm taking advantage of him. Not at all. I'm giving him different opportunities. Starting out in the business, I was doing the same things. I did everything. I was a cameraman at one point,
That's right.
Ring announcer, commentator. I've done all this. So he's been in the business, 3-4 years, and he hasn't even done half of this yet. So,
Truth.
I want him to expand his horizons, and because I do see potential in him. If he got his head on straight, he definitely has a future in the company. He's I believe he's blacklisted. I don't know. I've heard that story.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that here. But, a lot of people said how hard and how tough Yoda treated Luke Skywalker, but he saw something in him.
Exactly.
That's how I see your relationship. Like, you see something in Mark that he doesn't see yet.
Yes. He's still on the young Padawan path.
Speaking of Mark, unfortunately, he's still a part of the show. He's sitting down with the All-Father, Darius Carter. Now, before we get into that interview, for the last couple of shows now, Darius has been calling out the BCW Heavyweight Champion. Is there any announcements? Anything you can hint at of going into Anniversary? Too early to tell?
It's still too early. Myself, Mr. Cole, we're still in discussions with Marina Shafir, waiting to see what her schedule is. It's a tough situation. We're happy for her with her success in AEW. But that schedule has not allowed her to return. She definitely would like to come back. She wants to be a fighting champion, but contracts and stuff get in the way. So we're having a meeting soon with her to discuss the future of her in BCW. So hopefully in the next week or so, we will be able to have an update on that. But as you know, Darius is always a part of every event. He made himself a bit on Queen of the North 4, as he always does. Got into it a little bit with Danny Moe. So, Darius will definitely be featured at Anniversary. With what, we'll have to see.
You heard from the governor himself. Now let's hear from the man himself, Mark Schwann, sitting down with Darius Carter.
What is up, everyone? It is me, your favorite actor, the Hollywood assassin, Mark Schwann, continuing on my interview before with wrestling's richest prize, Darius Carter. You talk a lot at social media. That's a very valuable tool for you. And you've been talking a lot about one particular person at BCW, the World Heavyweight Champion, Marina Shafir. Shifting gears here.
You're saying I'm talking a lot. You're suggestive, so
no, but let's get into it. Let's get into it because you do make some very good points. You made some great points at BCW's Queen of the North 4 opening the show. Like I like Marina Shafir, and you've said so yourself as well as a person. But the point that you make that no one can debate, and not even Marina, is that she hasn't defended the title in 6 months, going on 7 now. So you brought up at Curtain Call with Jimmy J. And I want to quote you on this. He said, "We will have an answer, or else." What does that mean exactly?
I knew you were going to come for it. I knew you were going to go straight. You tried to shoot as straight an arrow as you could shoot, straight to the question there, which I do commend. I commended how you got there. I commended how you built it up a little bit, but then you shot straight in. True wrestlers appreciate a great shoot. All right, a great shooting. Listen, I've been talking more about Marina than Marina's been talking about the company.
Facts.
And my issue is that championship and my match with her in particular is what helped elevate her. Now, she's already wrestled for the WWE. We already know this. She was part of the 4 Horsewomen with Shayna and with Jessamine. We already know this, okay? But that match that I had with her, how heavily discussed it was, how heavily viewed it's been, one of my favorite matches, and I know it's one of, if not her favorite match, period. My point that I had made was that that's the best match that she has had in her career. Not since that point has she been able to top that match. And the thing is because she's facing people that she's steamrolling. She's running roughshod in AEW. She's beating these girls quickly, almost effortlessly. And it's like, okay, but here's a dead-on challenge right in front of your face, and you can't seem to meet that person. You can't seem to meet Darius Carter, but you can go down there and throw a girl around for 2.5 minutes. I just find that perplexing. And I like Marina. I think Marina is an enjoyable person. I think she's the exact type of wrestler that I like getting in there with. She's a test every single time you wrestle her. She's that good. She's much better than people give her credit for. Much better than the reputation that is bestowed upon her, that is thrust upon her. And I know of that position because I myself have been in that place and will probably be in that place for the rest of my career. I'll probably be someone who was never regarded as good as they are. Even if I reached a Hall of Fame status, I still feel like there's always going to be that level of, I still am not generally viewed as good as I was. And that's fine, because that's something to pursue. That's something to keep you hungry and keep you chasing. Not that I need that to stay hungry, because I'm hungry no matter what. I don't need food on the table to be hungry. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been one of those people that's questioned or run out of fuel or run out of gas. I've never once said to myself, I can't be a wrestler. I never once said to myself, I can't do this. I've never had that mental struggle. I know that makes up a lot of wrestlers' stories. That's their thing. That's their character is, oh, man, I almost quit, but I don't. Or I'm going to retire and then come back. I've never once questioned it. It's never been a thought in my mind.
You're a different breed.
Just a different – I'm not saying that myself, but it is what it is. I'm just different. I just am just born different. And that's wrestling. I know what I'm going to do in this business. I know what I'm going to achieve. I know what I can achieve because I see it happening in real time. I'm not sitting with these promoters and asking to be put on top. I'm not sitting there with Anthony Cole and talking to him for hours at night to be your top person. I show up, I do my job the best, and that's why I get to be the best everywhere I am. And that's why people are afraid to have me in their locker room, because they know I'm going to come up and be the top guy of their promotion too. And that hurts feelings. You know, when you've been the guy at your place for 10 years or 12 years or whatever, and then I come in and I take everything, you know, it's the way that it is. And even then, I don't shoot to the top. Even if I come in, I'm going to have to wrestle my way through the entire roster. But even that's intimidating to people. Even because now I got to get through everybody. I'm intimidating every single person on the roster of a promotion I debut at, because chances are I'm going to have to face them. And then, I'm going to lose my place now. Come on. I've never understood that. If you're great, you don't have to worry about losing your place. If I'm not the champion, look at Marina. I'm not the champion. Marina's the champion. Did I lose my place? Have I lost anything at all? Come on. Stop it. I'm still the franchise. I'm still the feature player. I'm still the top person. Marina's number 2. She's just holding the title. This is what it is.
You're still a pillar at BCW for sure.
I'm the pillar. I'm not a pillar. Don't be.
Okay.
Come on. Let's be honest. Don't be coy. Let's listen.
I don't want to throw any disrespect in any champions, way right there. But I mean, yeah, there is an argument to be made that you are the pillar for BCW. You've been the constant. You've always been in the you've always been in the top spot. Even when I got into BCW a little bit later on, but even at that point, I don't think you were champion quite yet. You may have won it my first time there, if not the second time there. But you were still the top spot.
I won it November of 2018. So
yeah, I think it was probably my first show. Yeah, that was my first BCW show.
That was the wedding. That was the wedding. That was where the two fans got married. Right. And I remember because I used a few of the flowers, the roses, to to stab Azriel. So that was great. Yeah, it was a rose.
Everything's a weapon in wrestling.
I trapped him in it as well. I trapped him in the vines and stomped him. That was a great time. Listen, the ring is a weapon. The ring is my best friend, a great ally for me. I love the ring, and the ring loves me. So,
but you excel, especially on the outside of the ring, for sure. That's where the damage gets done. We've seen that time and time again. But you are a dangerous man. That's a fact.
The most dangerous man on earth.
Right. Right. So when you use the words "or else" regarding Marina Shafir, circling back to that, because you said a lot of things, but you didn't quite answer that question. What does that mean, Darius?
I mean, that means that I'm going to reach that resolution. I've been pursuing the BCW World Heavyweight Championship, and I will have in my possession the BCW World Heavyweight Championship. That's what that means. I can't tell you how. I can't tell you.
Do you have a plan, or is this just you're a manifestation?
What do you think? You think I'm just talking?
My man, there it is.
I'm asking you. It's been 6 months. It was almost 6 months to the day. July 30th was the last time she was there. January 29th was Queen of the North 4. When I stood in that ring and I called her out, I said 6 months nearly to the day. I've been counting them. I'm sure she doesn't even remember the last date. She remembers who she faced. She doesn't remember what day it was. This is the difference. She has had one match with Brandon Kirk. That is it. She comes back. She knows that I'm waiting. I beat her. That shatters the mystique. That's a loss that's hard for her to take right now. That's where the belt gets mailed. That's where someone comes and picks up the title. Now it's vacated. Look, I want her to show up. I would love, I really do. I don't know what people think. Oh, he's the bad guy. He's the coward. I've been calling her out. Did people not? People saw that match. No one did that to her the way that I did to her. No one treated her in the ring the way that I treated her that day. Not then, not since, not before that.
You may have lost, but you took it all the way to her.
She won off of an excellent counter in an inescapable submission. There was nobody on this earth, and I said it before and I said it again, at that point in time, there was nobody anywhere on earth that could have gotten out of that submission hold. And that's fine, but that's a one-time thing. That will never, ever happen again. And I got to be honest with you, as I always am, I think she knows that. She knows that. She knows she's not getting that move on me again.
If she does, so I take it you probably have a counter on her way out now. Right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've in of it, out of it. I've had the maneuver rewound fast forwarded, stop. Trust me, believe me. That maneuver, that position I was in, I will never be in again. And Marina, it's just time. The sand in the hourglass is just the last grain has fallen. It's been a great ride. We've enjoyed it. You're a lovely person. You're welcome to come back. And if you do, we can give you that rematch. I will put my championship up against you. This can be an exclusive here. I'll put the title up against you whenever you want because I know I'm better than you. I know I'll beat you at any time, any place. So that's the game. But it's time for that title to leave you. It's time for you and the championship to depart. So I know how to get in between you and that title. I know how to make that happen, and it's going to happen. Hopefully this measure doesn't have to be met. Hopefully the resolution can be made behind closed doors professionally with Mr. Anthony Cole, with anybody else in the BCW office that needs to be involved. But there will be actions taken. So there needs to be an answer. And that's all I'm going to say. And again, that answer can be public. That answer can be private. But Marina, it's time. And we will be hearing back. And there will be a change. And that's all there is to it. That's all I can say.
Wow. Well, way to keep us in suspense. As you always do. You're telling a story. Something I'm very intrigued to checking out. I'm sure the fans are as well. BCW Anniversary 6 takes place March 18th at Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. The tickets are on sale right now. Darius Carter, I know you will be there. Maybe with the BCW World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe with a response from Marina. We shall see. I'm curious to see how this plays out. But thank you, Mr. Darius Carter, for joining the show. I got nothing else to say here, man. It's been an honor. And meantime, back to you, Michael J. Putty.
Thank you, Darius Carter. What a great guest to have for the very first episode of A Shot of BCW. Then Allfather himself, the longest reigning BCW heavyweight champion, my friend. Thank you, sir. I mean, Mark, thank you too.
Thanks. At least he's earning his money now for a change.
Yeah, for a change. If you want to hear more of Darius, I just hit puberty. If you want to hear more of Darius Carter's interview, make sure you stay tuned to the next episode of A Shot of Wrestling. Mark Schwal will go into more details with the Allfather himself. But that almost wraps things up here for the very first episode of A Shot of BCW. The governor came to me with an idea. Here we are. This is your baby. Governor, what better way to end this show than handing it off to you for the podcast edition of the Governor's Court?
Great. We're doing big things in 2023. I see the Return to Curtain Call, and now we're adding to A Shot of BCW. Very excited for what the future holds. As I stated at the beginning of 2022, we're looking at a brand new BCW. BCW was a bit of a rebuilding in last year due to the pandemic, but I think we're on great footing. As I've stated before, I know during the pandemic we announced about the Grand Dragon Championship, which that was supposed to be the only division per se that was going to be, for lack of a better term, intergender. After Queen of the North 3 last year, every championship changed hands, and we made history. So I decided, and I spoke with Mr. Cole, that, you know what, we should make BCW a land of opportunity. We've had a lot of emails, a lot of calls, texts coming in from talents, male and female, who want to be a part of the company. So, and we've heard from you, the BCW fraternity, that see various people, you want to see new talents. So going forward is going to be not just about, the best male talent, the best female. It's whoever is the best athlete, whoever's the best, whoever you guys want to see, who's the most charismatic, whoever's putting BCW on the map. See more of that. Like, we're going to see that in every division, the World Championship division, the Grand Dragon, the tag team division, all that. So I'm looking forward to that. See who steps up. We've had a lot of people stepping up this year. Jay Bougie has been calling out every single person and making our lives. I love him, but he's making myself and Mr. Cole's lives difficult, because then everybody's getting at us like, we want the Slough now. How can we get on BCW? Darius Carter, of course, as always, is a fixture here at BCW. He has been here pretty much since day one, the longest reigning champion. Unfortunately, he beat my guy Azrael for the belt, but that's, another story. Ruthless Lala has been killing it as our women's champion. She's been doing great. And we've seen a lot of up-and-comers, Christina Marie, Daniel Alexander, a lot of people, It's a great time to be a part of BCW. I'm excited for what's to come. A Shot of BCW is another exciting addition. I hope you all join us for the ride. Please follow us on all of our socials. Please keep supporting us, and let us know on our Facebook, our Twitter, or Instagram what you like about the product. You might want to see debut because we're trying to make that all happen. We have a lot of great stuff coming up this year. We're planning out the rest of 2023. I'm excited. We have you on commentary now, Mr. Putty, and Cheyenne's suspension is, I believe, over. I had to suspend him for 2 shows. Yeah, because I listened to an old show when I heard him call me AJ Pendejo.
That's right,
and
he did.
He did, yeah. And I looked that up, and I heard my Spanish friend of mine told me that's not that wasn't a complimentary word. I thought it meant something else. But
it was no bueno.
No bueno at all. So his suspension is over. He'll be back for anniversary. So you don't have to carry Mark Schwann through a whole broadcast.
Oh my God, thank you. It was weighing me down. It was taking me out of it a little bit. Ugh.
He is, yeah. You've been doing a great job. I'm very proud of you.
Thank
You stepped up. You've been knocking it out of the park, Mr. Putty. Great job. But I'm excited. BCW have been doing great. We've had some great debuts at Queen of the North. You said Brittany Jade, Emily J, my new attorney, the Law of Attraction herself, Journey Burke Esquire. So interesting times coming up for BCW. Anthony Gangone has been killing it. We're looking forward. So we can definitely say Gangone and Vicki is going to happen at some point. We'll hopefully announce soon who his opponent will be at anniversary. So stay tuned for all of our socials for that. And hopefully we have some more exclusives to give all of you guys here on a Shot of BCW.
Again, this is my favorite time of the year. I talked about it on the main show, Shot of Wrestling, but this is WrestleMania season. What better time to be a wrestling fan than WrestleMania season? But WrestleMania goes hand in hand with anniversary. So ergo, we're on the road to anniversary.
We are, yes.
So this is really anniversary season. So leading up to anniversary, March 18th, a Shot of BCW coming to you bi-weekly. Governor will be rejoining us several times. We'll have some guests, match announcements, maybe hear some talent themselves. Maybe Mark Schwann will join here and there.
I guess. Sorry if he does.
So please buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. It is the road to anniversary. Looking forward to it. Governor, thank you for your time. Thank you for this idea, bringing us to the fans exclusive content of BCW. So for the governor himself, for Mark Schwann, the All-Father Darius Carter, I have been your host at Mount J. Putty. Putty out.